Lately, people have said that Let's Plays are dead, but they're not. They've just changed shape. I started making these because I love the feeling of building a story out of nothing. And the funny thing, the magic never went away. It didn't fade, it evolved. The surprises, the disasters, and the tiny victories, they still feel fresh every single time. Every world turns into a story, and every episode adds another layer. It's this living timeline we build together. And the best part, it's never just my story. You're in it. Your ideas, your chaos, your fingerprints are all over these Minecraft worlds. So no, Let's Plays aren't dying. They're still growing, still changing, and this, right here, is why I keep making them. Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. I've been spending a lot more time over here at the tree farm. And in case you missed it, last episode we built up this automatic tree farm encased in an awesome looking wizard's tower. In between episodes, I did go ahead and patch up our little hole in the wall, as well as expanding the sorting system for this farm. Now, this isn't the final version of this. This is eventually going to be a copper chest, and we're going to have copper golem sorting into a little area over here. But I'm still working on that design. But our copper golem buddy over here has been working super hard, sorting out all of the pumpkins and melons that we get, so we can actually trade with these guys. Is there a zombie out here somewhere? What am I hearing? I keep hearing a zombie, but I don't know where they're at. I'm gonna guess more than likely they are underground, so I'm not gonna worry about them. But gotta sleep. But like I said before, we are running dangerously low on bone meal. Trevor, who let you out? And our normal bone meal farm is really not cutting it. I even tore apart all of my wheat in order to get enough seeds to get some bone meal. So we need to change that. Editing Odd here. I am recording this entire episode on my brand new PC that I built. While recording, I noticed that my encoder was getting overloaded because some of my settings were just a little bit off. Once I fix them, the video kind of regulates itself and it's fine. But there are a few more clips going forward that are going to be a little fuzzy at first, so just a fair warning. On with the video. Back over at our honey farm that we built a couple episodes ago. If you want to check that out, click the card in the top right corner after you watch this episode. But I've been waiting for an idea to put back here while the bees are doing their thing. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to build a kelp farm into this wall, so that way I can AFK for honey and honey bottles and also get some kelp in the process. Then we can turn that kelp into bone meal. So I'm going to build up a really simple farm right now. And the kelp farm is done. It looks like it's working pretty good, so I'm going to hang out here for a bit just to make sure that it's running properly, and then I can start working on the infinite bone meal part of this for the tree farm. But while I try to figure that out, I wanted to bring my attention over to the path to our trial chamber. And it's raining. So one of my goals that I've been wanting to keep working on is to get better at building. And yes, my eyes move now. And to challenge myself to see if I can get better, I'm going to tear out all these trees behind me, and I want to build a bunch of trees inspired by BDubs. I've been practicing in my creative world, and I think I'm ready to try it out here in the forever world. So I'm going to gather up a bunch of these leaves that we can turn into bone meal as well, and collect a bunch of wood that we can throw into our storage area. So let's get on with that right now. Well, you know, after the rain's done. this is the second time that I am recording these clips, because I don't know how to check if my mic's muted. So now that we have all of these trees cleared out, and I've started gathering all the materials to build those trees, we're almost ready to start constructing them. The only thing I need to do is finish gathering up all the acacia wood that I need, mixed with tough and stripped spruce. And I've never really realized, but chopping down acacia trees is a bit annoying. I'd use the automatic tree farm, but I know that it's just going to cause a headache and another hole in the side. So, while I finish gathering this up, I'm going to pop over to my creative world and I'll show you what I did to start learning how to build these trees. So over in my custom tree world, I took a snapshot of BDubs area from the Hermitcraft Season 10 world. And once I did that, I started looking at these trees that he built just to see exactly what he did to make them stand out. You see, BDubs uses a mixture of the strip spruce, tough, and acacia wood to really add some texture and depth to his trees. And to emulate branches, rather than just using wood blocks itself or fences, he uses a mixture of slabs, buttons, and trapdoors. This all seems pretty strange right off the bat, but once you start combining them, it really starts to look really good. So I started taking inspiration from those and building up my own versions. And once I really started getting into it, I would say the trunks of the trees are probably the easiest portion. The part that I've struggled with the most is the leaves, and I'm going to keep practicing with them because I really want to get better at this. But overall, I think these have turned out really well. Also, before I start building, another thing he does with these leaves is he likes to use a mixture of leaf blocks to add in spots where light is hitting the trees and to overemphasize the shadows. So for example, he's using a mixture of azalea leaves, birch leaves, and spruce leaves for these trees to really give it its own distinct color. BDubs is a master builder, and I am so excited to give my hand at trying to build these trees. But without further ado, let's hop back into my forever world and see what we can do. After a couple hours on stream, the trees are looking glorious. Originally, I tried to use scaffolding to build these, and yeah, it was not working very well. So I used good old fry bread back there. Oh, jeez. And I need to light this area up because I keep getting zombies. Oh, gosh. Children. So I'm going to go ahead and get this ugly looking scaffolding out and maybe add in a little bit of extra stuff here and there. Oh yeah, this area is feeling so much more alive. The custom trees themselves add a lot to this, along with just the little details of the foliage and some of the vanilla trees. Oh, this place looks so good. Honestly, there's a lot more that I want to add to this area, especially in this pod sole that I'm standing on. I think if I expand out the path a little bit and add in some stones with some stone buttons and some glow lichen and maybe even some coarse dirt, it'll make this area feel a little bit more cohesive to the rest. And I might be able to spread it along a little bit and do a little more pod sole so that way that area doesn't just stick out like a sore thumb. But overall, I'm super happy with how this turned out, and I can't wait to add just a little bit more detail to it. But now that that area is looking spectacular, I want to turn my attention back to the kelp farm that we built earlier, because I think I finally figured out what I'm going to do, and honestly, I should have figured this out a lot sooner, because it's super simple. Because all I got to do is make a few hoppers and run everything into a composter. Yeah, I definitely overthought this. And like I said, it's a subtle change, but it will work. So all I did was add a hopper underneath this chest leading into a composter, which leads into another hopper and into this chest to output bone meal. So I can just AFK this farm and get a bunch of bone meal and also get a bunch of honey from sitting out here. It's effective, it'll work, it's great. I might hook up a cactus farm to this too, but I don't know. But for now, this should work pretty well. And that honey supply is coming in along with the honeycomb. So I might AFK this for a while and see what we get, and I'll see you guys soon. I'm starting to think that maybe this bone meal farm isn't exactly the best. I've only AFK'd this for about an hour and a half to get 7 bone meal. So it's not great, but it'll do for now. Another thing I did set up is this lever is connected to a redstone line that goes into this hopper behind this chest. So when I flick it, any of the kelp that gets collected will sit here, and I can actually rack up a bunch of kelp and then activate this to then turn it into bone meal. But I also forgot how slow kelp can actually be. So I might have to go back to the drawing board or actually combine a cactus farm with this kelp farm. But I can figure that out later. For now, I think what I can do is I'll get this set up to be run by copper golems and get a little sorting area over here so I don't have to worry too much about the tree farm. It took me a moment, but I think I got this working perfectly. So normally when you put a half slab down here, the copper golem doesn't have any issues getting to the top chest. But for some reason, this guy could not figure it out. So I put down a set of trapdoors down here and stairs going up, and he is getting everything sorted perfectly. Yep, he's almost done. And this isn't anything spectacular. It's just sorting out the spruce, the oak, the birch, along with their various saplings and sticks, and then leaves from the oak and the birch, because for some reason I wasn't getting any spruce leaves, and I don't really know why, but I had a bunch of oak leaves. I definitely think that this area could use some improvements, and I'm kind of thinking of a library of sorts down here, and maybe get some other copper golems down here, maybe going from one book section to the other, and just making it look really animated. I'm kind of loving that idea that I have in my head, but I might have to play around with it a little bit before we get anything really built. But you keep working, little guy. I'll be back once I have bone meal for this farm to actually run and keep producing trees and wood and stuff that we need. And as for this guy over here at the pumpkin and melon farm, he is doing great. That I think we could actually stand a trade with some of our villagers. Now that we've got that done, there's something else I want to finish up. So down here in our storage room, we've been doing pretty good. The ceiling's not done yet, but that's not what we're working on. I actually want to go all the way down here, and we're going to continue our mine shaft that we built so long ago. So I had this idea to expand the mine shaft down here that I made and make it very similar to vanilla, but kind of spruce it up. Get it? And I think we have enough spruce left over, and if not, we'll have to chop some down, but we're just going to add in some spruce fences, some upside down stairs, and some trapdoors, and we're going to go back as far as we can, and maybe off to the sides a couple ways. So, I'm going to go ahead and grab those materials, and let's get to building. Oh yeah, these mine shafts are looking so much better than just plain stone tunnels. I definitely want to think of more ideas that we can add to these tunnels, but I'm not quite sure. So if you made it this far in the video, please comment down below what else would you add. Also, you guys might notice that the video did kind of fix itself. I figured out my computer issue, so everything should be golden going forward with future videos. Also, another thing I did on stream was we fixed up this staircase so I wasn't hitting my head constantly, and now it's a lot smoother to just go up to our storage area. And I gotta say, I think my favorite thing that we've built today are these custom trees. This area looks beautiful. I want to give a huge shout out to BDubs because he's been a huge inspiration for me when it comes to building. It is my goal to build at a similar level as him, and I'm so happy to have gotten to build these trees. They look so good. I love them. I'm definitely going to have to spend some more time on that bone meal farm, but if you guys have any ideas, please let me know in the comments down below. How can I make it better? Also, in between episodes, I think I'm going to spend some time trading with the villagers and also getting our villagers replenished over at the trading hall because I still haven't fixed that yet. But I think that's all the time I have for you today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more, and if you want to check out the last episode, you can check it out in the top right corner. But that's enough out of me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.